Hello, and welcome to an electrifying episode of Goosebumps Gore. I'm Miss Liz, a children's librarian at the Wando Mount Pleasant Library. I'm maybe a robot, and I'm your guide to R.L. Stine's book, It's Alive! It's Alive! This book is part of the Goosebumps Slappy World series. It's about a young scientist, Livy, and her friend, Gates. Their school robotics team has entered the regional robotics competition. Livy and Gates have built a robot named Francine that is supposed to crack eggs and make an omelet, but they haven't been able to get the programming just right. As the competition draws nearer, Francine begins acting more and more strangely. In this scene that I'll read you, Livy and Gates are showing Chaz, who's on the rival robotics competition team, what the robot can do. "We're talking major victory over you," I said. I nodded to Gates. He flicked the power switch and pushed some buttons to the remote to get Francine moving. The robot lowered her head, then raised it. That was the signal that she was powered up and ready. The three of us huddled around it, our eyes on the robot hand as the arm slowly slid up, then slowly lowered itself. The squeezer claw moved in and out as if practicing. The arm moved slowly down, slowly. And the robot claw grabbed Chaz's hand and clamped shut on it hard. "Hey!" he let out a startled cry. "Get it off me!" I saw the metal prongs of the hand tighten, pressing into Chaz's skin. "Ow!" A howl of pain escaped his throat. "Ow! My hand! It's breaking my hand!" I turned to Gates. "We have to stop it!" Gates' eyes were bulging, his mouth hung open. Frozen in horror, we both watched as the metal prongs dug deeper into Chaz's hand. Chaz let out another scream of pain, and then I shuddered and shut my eyes when I heard a loud, sick crack. This book is full of terrifying twists, and Francine isn't the only robot with a mind of her own. The robots in the book run on electricity from batteries. The electricity from batteries and in wall sockets is called current electricity, and it's very, very dangerous. It doesn't shock you, it actually burns you alive if you are touching electricity. But did you know that there's actually a lot of electricity around us, in our bodies even, that is not as dangerous, obviously? In fact, our neurons in our brain send electrical signals to give our body signals to do everything from talking, thinking, laughing. That is all small electrical signals in our brain. And there's enough electricity in the neurons of our brain to light a light bulb, actually. So I brought my friend today, Brian the Brain, and he is this little brain guy here. Brian is a squishy circuit. So what that means is that he is an electrical circuit that is made out of Play-Doh, because Play-Doh has sodium in it, and that is a conductor for electricity. So I have a battery pack that is plugged into Brian the Brain, and we're going to see if he has some bright ideas. So Brian has decided to read a Goosebumps book. Bright idea number one. Brian has decided to eat vegetables for lunch. Another bright idea. Brian has decided to go to the library. Very good idea. Brian has decided to go for a walk and get some exercise. Uh-oh. Bright idea number 4. So be like Brian, have good ideas. I did want to show you that electrons, how the circuit is working. So the electrons from this battery pack are coming through the wire, and then they're moving through the wires to the light bulb, and then coming back down and coming back to the battery pack. Electrons are always going to take the easiest path. So if we move the two sides of Brian's brain together, instead of going through the light bulb, they're just going to move from one side of the Play-Doh to the other. So let's open it back up, and we have created our circuit again through the lights. Another type of electricity I wanted to show you was static electricity, which is one that you're probably pretty familiar with. Static electricity is what creates lightning. That is a very powerful static electricity, but you also have probably experienced it when maybe on a dry day, if you touched your friend and you shocked them. Those are electrons moving from your body to your friend's body. And another way we can see this is with balloons. You might have done this at a party. If we rub a balloon on our head, we are moving the electrons from our hair onto the balloon. So our hair becomes positively charged and the balloon is negatively charged with the electrons. Opposites attract, so your hair sticks onto the balloon kind of like a magnet. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Goosebumps and Gore. Remember, don't get shocked and don't get attacked by robots. I'm powering down now. Goodbye.